Okay, I just hiked up through this, and it's looking down the ravine, and I'm in a ravine headed uphill this way towards an abandoned mine. Now, this is pretty dense brush here, and so I don't think a lot of people get to this particular mine. I'm not even sure if it's open, but there's one tunnel indicated on the map, and it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so that's where we're headed. Here's looking around. Pretty forested here. Well, I'm coming across a lot of this rock here. Don't know if this is waste rock or tailings, or if this is just natural erosion because I'm in a wash. Really haven't seen any other artifacts like, rusted cans or bottles. So just not too much further up here, there should be an open adit. Hope it's open. Well, I think that right there might be the waste rock pile. See that right there, right below that tree? And it kind of looks like it gets flat up on top there. So I think that might be where the mine is. Let's go check it out. Yeah, so I'm standing on top of the waste rock pile. This is kind of substantial, and the mine should be right back in here. I think I feel cold air already blowing out. Oh, there it is. I can see it. I don't think a lot of people come up to this one. Oh, they got it fenced off up there. I see daylight inside the tunnel there. It looks like maybe collapsed. Let me get a little closer there. So there's the portal to the mine. Looks like it might have caved in there a little bit inside the entrance there. You can see daylight coming down from above. Well, here is the portal, and I got to get in here and see if the tunnel beyond is still passable. Like I said, it looks like the ceiling collapsed, and it might have totally sealed off the tunnel. So I'm gonna crawl through here. You can see the tunnel there in the back. It's got a bunch of sticks in front of it, or tree roots or something. See it there? So I gotta crawl through this mess and see if that's still open. It looks like it's open, so it's probably worth the crawl. Well, I got through the opening, and yeah, I'm not sure what happened here. If this caved in, there's a bunch of, holes here leading to the outside. I think the tunnel's right here to the left here. Let me get in there past these tree branches. I think those are tree roots, and see if that's passable. So I'm not sure if that was the original entrance, and then it came in here and kind of went this way, or what. I think where I came in, which is right back there, that was the main portal, according to the topo map. I think all this here is just erosion, like right there. That's just an erosion that opened up, an erosion hole. But yeah, the tunnel does continue here, past these tree roots. And let me get down there, see if this is worth going into. I'm gonna have to crawl on my stomach, it looks like, and I don't know. Let me get a little bit closer. Okay, here's a better look at the erosion pile and looking down into the mine. It does look like it goes off to the left for sure. I'm not sure about the right, I can't quite see. This pile is mostly made up of compacted, very fine dirt, but that can be a problem coming back up out. It might just constantly give way, and I would hate to get stuck in something like this. So I gotta check this out a little bit more and then make my final determination if I'm going to go in here or not. But I'll tell you what, no one's been in here. This is one of those really remote, obscure mines. Probably not that extensive, but nobody bothers to come to this one. And I can tell that because there's just no trash up here, and this looks like it hasn't been disturbed in quite some time. So, and that spider just crawled right past me here at the entrance and stopped. Maybe he's waiting for me to make a move. I don't think that's a black widow. No, I don't think it is. But anyway, that spider's probably surprised that somebody's up in here making all this disturbance. Well, I made it through. I just hope I can get back out. I think I can. But I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So, looking down inside the portal here, yeah, it looks like the tunnel does go off to the right and left. So let's go check it out. Inside here, this is like a little, just a little chamber, but oh, there's oh, look at all those spiders up there in that web. There's a bunch of spiders. Are those black widows? Let me zoom in. Yikes. There's 3 spiders. 2 are moving, and that one in the center is not. That's not coming into focus, is it? So the tunnel does continue that way to the right. And here to the left, it looks like there's a big shaft right there, a big pit. But you can tell there are no footprints in here. And this hasn't been disturbed in quite some time. So I'm probably the first one in here in a long time. The mine that's full of black widow spiders, or whatever those spiders were in that web at the entrance behind me. Let's go check out this pit. It looks like that goes down and kind of maybe goes incline underneath me. So yeah, this might be a false floor here. It might be undercut by that shaft. It feels kind of soft here anyway. Of course, it's a dirt floor. You can see the dirt there, but yeah, I'm not going to get too much closer to that because this could all just cave in. It does sound really soft here for some reason under my feet. So let's go back and take the tunnel to the right. There's the entrance. And all these tree roots coming down. Check that out. So I'm assuming, I'm not sure what was mined here. I'll put a caption once I find that out if I can. But here's all these different layers in the rock. Yeah, there's no footprints in here whatsoever. I don't smell that skunk smell like I did when I was up there at the entrance. But it's pretty dry in here. I thought it might be damp, but it's not. Kind of a turn here, zigzag turn. Oh gosh, looks like down there, a little bit of a stope in there you can sort of see. Same thing over here, another little opening into a stope. So I bet this tunnel wraps around here and turns into a stope. Okay, we got a split here. This is a dead end here. Remnants of some kind of box. Probably an explosives box. So back in the main tunnel, this is a little bit of gobbing here where they stack up the rocks. Don't know if this went anywhere. Probably a dead end. And then this, does this keep going? Ah, look at that, there's a hole. And I've seen this in mines before. It's not very common where there'll be a hole like this that leads into another area. Let's see what's in here. Now, just looks like a little chamber. There's got to be a way into that from back in the main tunnel. But yeah, you don't see that very often. So heading back towards the entrance, I bet that chamber behind that hole in the wall is right back this way. That's where that goes. So don't need to go back there. But what's interesting is up here. Well, here's an access to the stope that we saw earlier. No, this is the same one. Let's see what's down there. Okay, that drops down there. I'm not sure how far that goes, but that's a pretty vertical drop off. And I bet that whole area down there connects up with that shaft that's right inside the entrance to the left. That's probably how you access all this down here, is via that shaft that was at the entrance. Let me toss a rock in here and see how deep this is. Let's do one more. Well, it might just be, I don't know, 20, 30 feet deep. I don't know. But I'm not going down there, that's for sure. But you'd access that through that shaft. So that's where we were. And I guess that's it for this. So most of the waste rock that's outside, which I said is quite substantial, not substantial, but, good size, all came from down in there. And there might be tunnels down there that go off, So that's where all that waste rock came from. This was just a haulage tunnel. Okay, making our way back to the portal. Look right here, there's even a little hole. They were starting to dig on this side too. So this whole main tunnel may be undercut by a stope. And that's what I sort of sensed up by the shaft. It seemed, the floor sounded like it was hollow underneath. So, yeah, that's right there. So there's probably a ladder in there at one point and probably some kind of a hoist to get the ore up out. But, yeah. So I gotta see if I can get back out of here. Sometimes it's easy getting in, but getting back out, just because the angles are different, it can be tricky. So we'll see. Well, I made it out, no problem. And this is a very strange entrance. All these openings, and even above me here. So I'm not sure what was happening here. This rock here, it's not crumbly, but I don't know, it seems fragile for some reason. I don't know what that is. And then the main entrance that I came in has this rock, which is kind of reddish. And I don't think there's quartz in there, but interesting rocks here, that's for sure. But anyway, there's the portal, and let's get out of here. So this is looking out the what was the entrance here, and so that was a strange little mine, that's for sure.